The Iran-Israel conflict has shaped Middle Eastern geopolitics for decades, fought mostly in the shadows through proxies, covert ops, and cyber attacks. Today, July 2, 2025, both nations openly prepare for direct confrontation, making a comparison of their military power more urgent than ever. Israel, a compact high-tech state, relies on preemption and decisive warfare, while Iran, vast and populous, uses deterrence, attrition, and a formidable missile program to offset its aging arsenal. The shadow war has included assassinations, cyber attacks, and sabotage, but a direct conflict would be far more devastating. We'll break down their strengths and weaknesses, from troop numbers and tanks, to cyber warfare and missile technology. In this rivalry, technological superiority faces off against strategic depth and unconventional tactics. Both sides have invested heavily in exploiting each other's vulnerabilities, creating a fragile and dangerous balance. This analysis isn't just academic. It's essential to understanding a flashpoint with global consequences. The implications of war would ripple far beyond their borders, affecting energy markets, shipping, and regional stability. By dissecting their military power, we can better appreciate the stakes. The world watches as these two powers stand at the brink, making this comparison a matter of urgent global importance. Military power starts with people and money, and here Iran and Israel are stark opposites. Iran's population of nearly 90 million allows it to field one of the region's largest armies, providing strategic depth and resilience. Israel, with just under 10 million people, can't match Iran's numbers, so it relies on mandatory conscription, a highly trained reserve force, and technological superiority. The IDF's structure allows rapid mobilization, integrating society into national defense. Israel's 2024 defense budget is about $24.4 billion, boosted by U.S. aid and access to cutting-edge technology, ensuring a qualitative edge. Iran's official defense budget is around $9.95 billion, but this figure is misleading. The IRGC operates its own parallel military and economic empire, with separate, substantial funding for asymmetric warfare and regional proxies. When these hidden expenditures are included, Iran's real military spending is much higher, reflecting its commitment to a multi-layered defense. Israel invests in readiness and innovation, Iran invests in mass and resilience. These contrasting approaches shape their military doctrines and the way each prepares for conflict. The true balance of power is more complex than numbers alone suggest. Iran's ground forces, including the IRGC, number over 600,000 active soldiers and 350,000 reserves designed for territorial defense and overwhelming adversaries with sheer numbers. Their equipment is a patchwork of aging Western and Soviet-era hardware, with some domestic upgrades, but lags behind Israel technologically. Israel's ground arm is smaller, about 170,000 active and 465,000 reservists, but highly trained, rapidly mobilized, and equipped with advanced systems like the Merkava Mark IV tank. The IDF's doctrine emphasizes speed, combined arms warfare, and decisive victories, compensating for its numerical inferiority. Israeli soldiers undergo rigorous, realistic training, and the IDF's constant state of readiness has produced a battle-hardened, innovative force. Iran's IRGC, meanwhile, has gained real-world experience in Syria, Iraq, and Yemen, mastering proxy warfare, drone operations, and unconventional tactics. The regular Iranian army has less recent combat experience, but the IRGC's Quds force is highly skilled in hybrid warfare. Israel's non-commissioned officers are empowered for flexibility and initiative, giving the IDF a qualitative edge. Iran's strength lies in mass and asymmetric tactics, Israel's in technology and training. Both armies are shaped by their unique threats and strategic needs, the result two very different but highly capable military machines. The air domain is where Israel's advantage is most pronounced. The Israeli Air Force fields over 300 advanced F-16I and F-15I fighters, plus squadrons of stealthy F-35I Adirs, giving it unmatched reach and precision. Iranian air power relies on aging US and Soviet-era jets, with a handful of newer Russian fighters that don't close the gap. Israeli pilots are among the world's best, training constantly for complex, long-range missions and air campaigns. Iran's pilots face limited flight hours, spare part shortages, and outdated equipment, making it impossible to match Israel's air prowess. Iran compensates with a dense air defense network and a vast missile arsenal, aiming to deter Israeli strikes rather than contest the skies. Israel's air force is built for rapid, deep strikes and air superiority. Iran's is built to survive and inflict costs. In any direct clash, Israel would dominate the air, but Iran's defenses and missiles would make every sortie dangerous. The air war would be fast, brutal, and decisive, shaping the entire conflict's outcome. Air superiority remains Israel's greatest military asset. Israel and Iran's navies reflect their geographies and strategic aims. Israel's navy is small but advanced, focused on defending the Mediterranean coast and supporting the IDF. Its Dolphin-class submarines, believed to be nuclear-capable, provide a secure second strike option. Modern Sa'ar corvettes form the backbone of its surface fleet, equipped for precision and defense. Iran's naval power is split. The Iran operates in the Gulf of Oman and beyond, but with aging ships and limited reach. The IRGC Navy dominates the Persian Gulf, using swarms of fast attack craft, anti-ship missiles and mines to threaten shipping and choke points like the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's asymmetric naval tactics are designed to disrupt global commerce and deter intervention. A direct naval clash is unlikely, but both navies could strike at each other's interests from afar. Israel's navy secures its own waters and projects power with submarines. Iran's navy holds the world's oil supply at risk. Maritime power is a key pillar of each nation's deterrence. The heart of the Iran-Israel rivalry is the contest between Iran's missile arsenal and Israel's layered air defenses. Iran has built the region's largest, most diverse missile force, thousands of short, medium, and long-range missiles capable of striking anywhere in Israel. This arsenal compensates for Iran's weak air force and is central to its deterrent strategy. Israel counters with a multi-layered defense Iron Dome for short-range threats, David's Sling for medium-range and Arrow systems for long-range ballistic missiles. These systems are highly effective but have never faced a massive, coordinated saturation attack. Iran's strategy would be to overwhelm Israeli defenses with barrages of mixed missiles, hoping some get through to cause major damage. Even a small breach could be catastrophic for Israel's infrastructure and cities. Israel's response includes preemptive strikes on launch sites and new technologies like the Iron Beam laser for cheaper, sustainable interception. The missile defense duel is the most volatile and dangerous aspect of their rivalry. Both sides know the stakes. One miscalculation could trigger devastation. The balance between offense and defense remains razor-thin. The digital and intelligence war is relentless and shapes the conflict daily. Israel's Unit 8200 is a global leader in cyber offense, credited with operations like Stuxnet, while Mossad's covert reach is legendary. Iran has rapidly built its own cyber force, launching attacks on Israeli infrastructure and spreading disinformation as part of its asymmetric strategy. Iranian intelligence leverages proxy networks across the region, challenging Israel on multiple fronts. Both sides have scored successes and suffered setbacks in this shadowy war of hackers and spies. Cyber and intelligence are now as critical as tanks and planes in this rivalry. Alliances shape the Iran-Israel balance as much as hardware. Israel's partnership with the US brings financial aid, advanced weapons, and a powerful diplomatic shield, while new ties with Arab states expand its regional reach. The Abraham Accords have opened doors for intelligence and security cooperation, giving Israel strategic depth. Iran's axis of resistance includes Hezbollah, militias in Iraq and Syria, the Houthis, and Palestinian factions, allowing Tehran to pressure Israel on multiple fronts. Iran also benefits from Russian arms and Chinese economic support, though neither is likely to intervene directly. These networks give both nations global leverage and regional resilience. The alliances each side builds could tip the balance in any future conflict. The Iran-Israel military balance is defined by profound asymmetry. Israel's conventional and technological edge gives it the ability to strike hard and fast, but Iran's strategy is to survive, retaliate, and make any war costly and prolonged. Iran's missile arsenal, proxies, and asymmetric tactics are designed to offset Israel's advantages. Any conflict would be catastrophic, combining high-tech strikes with regional chaos and global consequences. Israel can win a short, intense war. Iran can drag it into a long, grinding conflict. This mutual deterrence, the balance of terror, has kept the shadow war from exploding. The real question, can both sides keep avoiding a war that would have no true winners?